Hello to all you yids out there. This is the Heart Now Here Spurs Fans Podcast, a podcast from a bunch of yids to all you yids around the world. We're live on Sunday night, literally nearly 5 hours after what is another depressing result away to Fulham. And if you thought it was real last week, it's fucking definitely real. And in the words of a famous manager, can it get worse? Oh, it can. It fucking can. And it did today. It's myself, Lee Tarrier, Matty Kerr, Kevin Dennis. Boys, how you doing? You all right?
Fucking amazingly. Fucking amazing.
I mean, Lee, if you can't laugh about it, I think you'd fucking not going off your nut. I mean, I'm at that point now. So
we should have kept talking about wrestling. We should have made it a wrestling podcast today. Fuck me. At least that brought a bit of joy. I mean, I'm still getting over last Sunday. I ended up staying out. I saw everyone in the building, which was amazing. That, as you know, our clips, it's been fantastic. This week we got a big shout out from David Bentley, who is an absolute legend, the rabbi, all the people in the building, you know, just to echo what Kev said in the clips. That was good. And then I watched the game in the coach, and then I went to the bricklayers, and then I ended up in the White Horse till about 11:30. And then they chucked us out. They chucked us out to the White Horse. We got chucked out. Something happened, and we got chucked out. So I was like, fucking hell. Yeah. So,
I know, Lee. I know you're not out of as much, but normally that's how we get out of pubs. We normally get chucked out. We don't leave on our own accord. We normally chucked out. So no surprise.
I was like, it's only Sunday. It's Sunday night. I was like, what am I doing here? It's 11 o'clock. We need to go. But it was good. Monday was tough. But yeah, I mean, listen, we've got a good show today. We've got a guest coming on soon. But we have to start with Fulham. Obviously, it's hard to talk about it at the moment. We've got the new manager in. We had a couple players back. But again, just very lackluster in every way. And Kev, I'll start with you. I mean, how do you dissect what was another poor performance?
Can dissect it in a few words. Gutless, lack of work rate, no heart, no style, no creativity, no imagination. I mean, it doesn't really get as bad as it. I think what's done me more today is I might have been the odd fucking idiot. I was probably the only fucking idiot who actually thought we might get something today or even win. Definitely fancied us to have a stronger performance than that, and I thought the rest would follow. I thought, you know, the new manager would get Arsenal out of the way, have a bit more of a training session with the boys, get to know them a bit more. I think he took them out for a meal and he's trying to get that togetherness in terms of bonding, which maybe isn't the problem in terms of them, you know, being a team off the pitch. It's obviously on the pitch, things ain't sort of linking and things ain't working. But I think today, on paper, was always going to be a difficult game anyway in terms of where we are and maybe I can't even say like where Fulham are because they're bang mid-table, bang average. Yeah. But it's the fight that bothers me, and I'm watching teams below us. All right, yes, we got lucky today because everyone lost around us, so it's a bit of a free loss really in a way. But I watch the teams below us, and you know, two of them teams are more. Well, one of them's definitely relegated, and Burnley is sort of nearly there. And I just watch them, and I just think they've got more fight than us. And I don't know if that's the prima donna side of us, and reality is not really set in of how much we're in the shit. We know it as supporters. I just don't know if they know it as players just yet. I don't know if they're too arrogant in thinking that they're going to get out of it at some point. But if there's anyone out there that didn't think that we was ever in a relegation scrap, I mean, you really have to fucking believe it now. And to be fair to me and Matt, we've believed it for a long time, and a few of our close ones, and I'll even say to TJ, it might even be fucking starting to wear thin on him now, and him starting to realise that we really are in trouble. And he's been the one who's been quite positive about things. It's a shame he's not on tonight because he'd probably give his side of it. But I've been concerned for a while, and that manner of defeat, of the lack of fight, really intensifies my worry about where we're going at the moment. And you know, this game is fucking huge on Thursday, and you know, I keep saying it. It's embarrassing that I'm calling it a huge game because it's only at home to Crystal Palace, but the scenario we're in it is an absolute fucking Titanic of a game. And if they don't win that, then I mean, we really have to start thinking the worst, I think.
Yeah, and look, I mean, it's tough looking at the players now. There was 3 changes at halftime, Matt. You look at them and you go, who's up for this fight? We saw a little bit in the second half. We got a goal back. We had a couple of half chances after that. What have you made now that we're 2 games in with this new manager and the players and how they respond to him? Are you seeing anything?
Look, I think the formation can work if you've got everyone fit. But right now, when you haven't got the players fit, we're just exposed in this formation. The players can't play it at the moment. It's like it kind of needs a pre-season to go from a 4-2-3-1 originally formation or whatever to a 3-4-3 or whatever you want to call it. You can't just come in and just change this overnight. I feel like, honestly, I'm with you, Lee, and I still go back to this, yeah? We should have gone for someone with the energy of like Harry Redknapp, something like that, to just come in and lift the morale of the dressing room. We don't need the coaches. They've got a coaching team, or bring in a couple, 1 or 2. You need someone to come in and lift the morale of that squad and just go and tell them, just go and play, express yourself, give them a bit of confidence. I don't know if the players play. I don't know much about this coach, mate, but I tell you what, one thing is decisions are definitely not going in our way. Like with regards to the VAR decisions and stuff like that. And they're game-changing moments in games, yeah? But also there's certain players that are not capable to do this dogfight. I'm going to tell you now, Richarlison and Basuma are the first 2 on that team sheet for me right now, because they will run through walls for you to get you out of this dogfight. The rest of them, I question massively.
Van der Ven, do you question him?
Mate, honestly, I see him to down the halfway line, dive into an absolute reckless challenge. They skinned him and he's gone. Like, we don't need that. We need discipline right now. And I don't know. I think Van der Ven is so frustrated what's going on. You kind of can't wait for Ramiro to get back to at least we kind of get a balanced back 3 if we're going to play this formation. And then we can see. But I tell you now, Crystal Palace on Thursday is fucking must win. Today was a chance to pick up points and try and get ourselves a little bit safety with Forest and West Ham losing. We failed to do that. West Ham go away to Fulham in the week. Nottingham Forest are away to Man City. We have to beat Crystal Palace. There's no ifs, no buts. We have to beat Crystal Palace. And honestly, I've been saying this. I don't want to go Spurs at the minute. I can't stand it. But I probably will go Thursday because I feel like them players need an atmosphere in that stadium to get us over the line. We're talking serious talks here, boys. We could be playing Stoke away next season. It's absolute madness to say, but them players need that crowd, especially at home, to try and turn this around right now.
And that's the problem. And you look at the players, 3 of them got taken off at half time. Kev, one of them was Conor Gallagher. Have you seen anything really from him since he's come in?
No, I mean, today I thought he was played well out of position today. I mean, I remember Frank doing that. I think it was Newcastle when he stuck him out wide. And that obviously that's seriously in his position. But I haven't seen the Chelsea Conor Gallagher yet, and I haven't seen the Atletico Madrid Conor Gallagher yet. So I don't know what Conor Gallagher version we've got, but it's a version at the moment that I don't recognise playing. I watch the game and I forget he's playing, and for spending the money we spent on him and the wages that he's getting, he needs to be a pivotal part of this. And at the moment, he's just a passenger on a fucking bus that's broken down completely. And that ain't the sort of players we want to bring in to help us, and that weren't the sort of player we brought in January to have this sort of impact. It needed to have a massive impact. It's supposed to have lifted the place in a sense. And he's another one whose body language is probably thinking like, what the fuck have I done by joining here? And I think what Matt's saying is the body language. I mean, I talk about Mickey Van der Ven with that as well, and I've seen it with players years gone by when players have had enough, and I can just tell they go from playing at a certain level to them being unhappy. And I remember, I don't want to mention his name, but I will. I remember Campbell doing that. I remember Berbatov doing it massively as well. I remember Sheringham doing it. They just get to a point where they want out. And Mickey Van der Ven, I think, is clearly in that headspace at the moment of, I need to get out of here. It's a sinking ship. I'm better than this. And right, he is. But while you're there, you need to be a bit more. And like what Matt's saying, you need to be more disciplined. You've got the captain's armband. You need to be a bit more of a leader. So they're the players we're kind of relying on at the moment with a lot of players out. You sort of your best players you got. And at the moment, they're not performing as well. I mean, Solanke was another one who I've lent on as well. And he wasn't at the races at all today. Really, really poor game from him today, I thought. Palhinha was another one I need to rely on. Really poor today as well. And in these sort of games, you just need them players. You expect poor performances from some players, but not them ones. They're the ones that have got to get you out of the shit. So yeah, I was really disappointed in that in terms of the game, because I didn't think Fulham were that great. I just thought we were really, really poor and weren't effective in certain areas of the pitch, and certain players weren't effective. But yeah, I mean, it's the body language, it's the fight, it's the guts. I mean, they just haven't got it. And I'll tell you what I feel sorry for, Lee. I feel sorry for the fucking supporters that went over there today, because it ain't just Craven Cottage. It's in London, right? But it's not a fucking easiest place to get to when you're darting through London. And most yids are up in Hertfordshire and fucking everywhere else. So it's not an easy trip. It's on a Sunday. You know, a lot of people get on the boat and do the Thames sprint up and down. And I've seen videos of that party atmosphere. They just don't deserve us, Lee, at the moment. They really don't. And no matter how much we can follow them in thousands, if they ain't going to work on the pitch, like they just don't deserve it. But they've got a fan base that fucking follow them everywhere, whether in the Premier League or in the fucking Ryman Division 1 North or South. They'll follow them, and I just don't think they deserve it sometimes. And certainly today, they didn't deserve the support.
No, not at all. And this is the thing, where we are in a place now where I don't really know what our style is. I don't know what we're going to do next. I felt the goal was a well-worked goal. I think it was great movement from Gray. I think this guy will give you everything. You know, like his young shoulders give you everything.
No one out of position today, Lee, I thought.
Yeah,
I mean,
just that.
he's not a
tries.
fullback.
A lot of times he's let down by having to be, you know, everywhere. Like this week, right back, next week, right mid, then left back. Like,
I feel sorry for him.
I do.
Me personally, I don't think Archie Gray is ever gonna succeed at Spurs, and that's not because of Archie Gray. I think it's because the way we're managing Archie Gray, yeah. And I feel like we're ruining his career right now. He could have stayed at Leeds and played in his role and been absolutely thriving in the Premier League this season.
He could have stayed in the Premier League. Poor cunt's going to go back to the Championship and watch his own. He's going to watch his own town club fucking stay in the Prem, and we're going down.
No, but look, like Archie Gray's a young boy, yeah. But I feel we manage him so bad. I think we've got him playing everywhere. The only position he hasn't played, I think, this season is in goal.
Yeah, I can't really say like what the poor guy is able to do for the best of us. I mean, we keep hearing from Igor Tudor. He said after the game, the problems are much bigger. It's not enough. It's not enough. When, you know, if they were talking about him saying, "Oh, are the players demonstrating positive signs?" He's saying that it's a massive confidence problem. How do we change? Tell me how we change. I'm like, oh, I thought that's why they brought him in. It's mad. It's mad when you think this time 10 years ago we'd just gone to Man City.
Was there a comment today, Lee? I didn't hear it right. The commentator said it. Did he say to the players that they need to have the small club mentality to get out of the shit, or is it that they have a small club mentality in the way they play?
Yeah, it was saying something. Yeah, it was something like, it was just really weird.
Because if it is the first one, I think they really need to realise where they fucking are, and that they ain't just going to roll up to places like Fulham or at home to Palace and have a walkover like they've done in the past. It is literally like you are fighting. It is how big your bollocks are. You're in that situation now, and I think the more they realise that, the better it would be for us. But I don't think a lot of them think like that. I think it's too cushy for them. I don't know if this Tudor. I mean, I watched an interview with Vicario a minute ago, and he was saying that Tudor's the guy who's interviewing him said, you know, he's a big guy. He's a bit intimidating, steely looking. What's he like? Is he a bit of a soft side? And Vicario went, yeah, he's a nice guy. He's a bit soft and all that. I'm thinking, I don't think they need that. They need the kind of the guy to encourage them, but they also need someone who's going to turn around to them and go, look, you're going to drag this club down. You are going to be the first lot that's going to get this club relegated in the top flight. And it's like, do you want that on your fucking shoulders? And it's like, I just don't know how much they care, and that's what I question. It's like they don't care as much as they should, and I think if we go down, yes, there is a bigger problem, but these players have got to be playing better than what they have, and the coach has got to be coaching better, whoever's in charge.
Yeah, I mean, look, we could go on all night about how things are at the moment. It's just every week we kind of see the same thing, which is not a lot. We do, we'll come back to talk about Palace later on. I think we need some cheering up. Thankfully, we've got a guest on who is a very good friend of ours, who is a top man and has got a top month ahead of him. It's our good friend Louis Sutherland, aka Gorilla. Louis, how are you, mate? You all right?
What's happening, boys? How's it going?
All good, Lou? All good?
How you doing, Lou? You all right?
Yeah, well, I was when I woke up. Yeah, I was all right when I woke up, but after that, what I watched, I'm not feeling too good now, if I'm honest. But
Lou, can you do us a favour? Could you go down to Tottenham and go in that dressing room and beat the fucking shit out of them lot? Put Pedro Porro in a fucking rear naked choke and fucking sort them cunts out in there or what?
You know, I would love to. I don't know who I'd start with. I don't know where I'd start, who I'd start with. It just take me forever. But a few of them do need a good shake, I think. Definitely.
Mate, yeah. I mean, what do you think is going to happen, Lou? Do you think we'll stay up? Do you think can you see a win on Thursday?
Palace is a tough place to go to. Even today, Fulham. Palace is a tough place to go. I'm saying we're at home, but that's even worse. No. I was trying to think. That's even worse. I'm saying Palace, to play Palace at any time, especially now in a relegation battle, it's a hard place to be. Whether we're at home or not, I don't think our home form's been great, is it? So, at the end of the day, our home form's been terrible. Every part of me. No, I'm all right, thanks. I think I'm training that night. I don't know. I just think, every game we've got is going to be tough. I see us staying up, but only because the other teams are so poor as well. That's the only reason why I think we'll stay up, a little bit like last season. And I know we won the Europa Cup and all that, but it's only because the other teams below us are just as bad, or if not worse. I think that's going to be our saving grace, and that ain't a good place to be.
No, mate. Hey, it's only the little matter of Liverpool straight after that. But I think let's forget all that for the minute. I mean, it's a big month for you, mate. In 21 days, you're at the O2 Arena, big night, UFC London, Brando Perisic. How you feeling, mate? I know we had you on earlier in the year. We was building up to this. How you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good. I'm in really good shape at the minute. I feel really good. I mean, obviously, I'm a long way through camp now. So I think I'm at the point in camp where every day is just tough, waking up every day, 6-7 days a week, twice a day. I just want to get in there and have a tear up now. Past the point of, getting up every day is not enjoyable. I just want to get in there and have a tear up. And I think that's the fun part. So, as we sort of get a little bit closer, I get more excited, and I just can't wait to get in there and do the business.
That's it. I mean, do you feel a bit more ease in the fact that, because your last match, it was a change in opponent, wasn't it? I remember you saying.
That's right, yeah.
So now knowing who you've got, has that helped you in camp and what you're preparing to do?
It just gives you a little bit more time to focus on the one specific style. But if I'm honest, it probably gives you more time to think. And that's probably... Again, it could be, good or bad. So for me, I don't mind sometimes the last minute changes, because at the end of the day, you've just got to deal with it and get in there. But with this one, sometimes you think you can overthink a little bit too much. So I try not to do that. But I'm happy I've got time to prepare for this particular style, and just buzzing to get in there, really.
Yeah, and at the O2 as well, mate. That must be a nice feeling, right?
It's going to be. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's going to be a good night of fights, and I just think about the people that have fought there before me, not just MMA, but also boxing and stuff as well. I think it's going to be 20,000 people. I think you can get inside the O2 Arena.
Yeah.
So I think anything sort of close to those numbers would be great to fight in front of. So I'm just raring to go, really. Get in front of the fans, make them dance a little bit, hopefully entertain them a little bit, and go home with a bonus.
There we go. You know what you do? You know what music you have when you go out? Do you always have the same music?
No, I don't always have the same stuff. I change it every so often. So I was just having a conversation recently with my missus about it, and I was thinking to change it because the last time I walked out to Simply the Best, Tina
Oh,
Turner.
yeah.
It's unlike
Yeah.
you to do that, Lou. You support Celtic.
No, how did I know you was going to say that? Obviously, you know, yeah, it is. I guess a Rangers song as well. But at the end of the day, I'm a Spurs fan, so I don't pay too much mind to that. And I think it's a good song. It gets the people going, really, doesn't it?
Oh,
I think,
it's great for us. Yeah.
yeah, I think Eubank made it iconic. Eubank Senior made that song iconic, and I just think people know the lyrics. I mean, when I was in Amsterdam, I think I had that tune, and I come out, and the whole crowd was singing it. So I think I might go with that one again, or maybe a bit of Robbie Williams.
Nice.
I don't know. Yeah,
Oh, mate, yeah. Get the crowd going. Once you get the crowd
yeah,
going,
that's it.
that's it, mate.
That's all I'm about. Yeah.
So what you were saying? What's your days at the moment then? What 12-hour days you're saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't say obviously I'm not training for the whole 12 hours, but it just depends on a certain day. So tomorrow, for example, I'll be up in the morning, and then I'll be off to training, and I'll do some wrestling, some grappling in, mid-morning, mid-afternoon, come back, then I'll have, food and whatever, refuel, and then I'll be back out in the evening doing pads or some wrestling or whatever it might be. So that's how the days work. Or sometimes I'll be out at 7 in the morning doing some training, and then 2 hours later I'll be training again, and I'll come home, eat, and then train in the evening. So sometimes it's a double sessions, sometimes it's 3 sessions. But yeah, I mean, I'm not training for the whole 12 hours, otherwise I'll
No,
be
it's
dead.
a long old day, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
how intense is the sparring at this point? Is it, obviously UFC, mixed martial arts, very different to boxing,
Yeah.
but so it's quite full on. Like how intense are sparring sessions?
It is, to be fair. MMA sparring is intense, and the reason for that as well is obviously you're still wearing small gloves because we spar in 6-ounce gloves.
Yeah.
We fight in 4-ounce gloves, so you have to get used to them small gloves. So we spar in those gloves, and it can be intense. I think I've sparred 3 times this week, and
Wow.
just walked down the stairs grunting, going dreading getting up in the morning. So it does put it does take a toll on your body, but I will start tapering down. Not this week, most likely next week. I'll have my last spar, and then start bringing it down a little bit because the body will start feeling it now. I think when the fight comes around, I'll be at it for nearly 10 weeks. So it's pretty tough. Yeah.
So what is that last week look like? Is it a lot more about just conditioning, cardio, like getting the food?
Yeah, that's right. So the week before the fight, so say 2 weeks before, it'd be super intense up until like the Sunday. Then sort of that week as we go into fight week, I completely just taper down massively. A little bit of pads, maybe a little bit of some work in the gym, like some plyometric work, just to keep the body and stuff ticking over. But that whole week is just all about relaxing and getting your mind ready, and basically just locking in until the fight comes around. Get as much rest as possible. Yeah.
And what do you think of your opponent? I was looking up about what he's done. I saw. Is it a 5-1 record that he's got at the moment?
Yeah, so he's got a 5-1 record in MMA, but before he signed to the UFC, or before he went into MMA, he's a well-established kickboxer, Muay Thai fighter. So I think he's like 22 wins and 1 loss in kickboxing. So he's a well-established kickboxer coming into MMA. Fights out of a good gym out in New Zealand, City Kickboxing. He's got Dan Hooker, Izzy Adesanya, those types of guys over there. So he comes from a good gym. He's got a good pedigree, but at the end of the day, it's heavyweight fighting, isn't it? So, he's going to hit me. I'm going to hit him. I think it comes down to who gets tired first and who hits harder, really, I think, to be fair.
Yeah. And
yeah,
you think this has been a solid camp? You enjoying the camp this time? Is that one of your favourite camps, you think?
Yeah, I think this camp's been really good. As I said, it's been quite a long camp. Normally I do about 6 weeks. 6-7 weeks is enough for me. I think being a little bit heavier, it takes a little bit more on, toll on the body, and, it's a lot of weight to carry. But I've been at it for a while now, and again, just constantly learning. You know, I don't know what, you know, if you boys got any other hobbies and stuff that you do, or gym work and stuff, but I'm just constantly learning in this camp, and I think every camp I get better and better. I'm a better version than the last fight, and then the fight before that. You know, that's kind of how it works with me. I just constantly, you know, love the learning side of things, and which hopefully is going to help me get a win. So yeah, loving it.
Lou, what's it like? Because I mean, like,
Yeah.
I can only imagine. For me, like, I'm a big UFC fan, and you know, you're sort of living like a bit of a dream. I can only imagine that I'm a big Spurs fan. It's like me playing at the stadium or whatever it is, or being a part of that world. I mean, I watched your video when you prepared for the last fight, and you walked in there and you had all your gloves laid out and things like that. Like, are you still in like a bit of a pinch me moment of like, you know, I'm fucking here, or is that all setting in your mind now, and you sort of think, or are you still thinking like, this fucking world is crazy because one night you're fighting, the next minute you maybe back out grafting your normal 9 to 5, whatever it is. Like, how surreal is the whole thing?
It is a bit mad. Obviously, when you look at it from an outside perspective, I am living some people work their entire life to get to this point. There's some people that do what I've done since they were like 11, 12 years old and will never make it to the UFC, you know, for whatever reason, whether they're not good enough or might have had too many losses along the way or family life gets in the way. So I am living some people's dreams. But when I first stepped into the gym after I stopped playing rugby, I knew that I was going to be here. I know it sounds a little bit, you know, I don't want to come across as arrogant or anything like that because I'm not at all. But when I first put the gloves on and I decided to go pro, I knew that I'd get here one way or another. Don't know how long it would have took me, or I just knew that, you know, I belong there and I can compete at the top. So at the moment, I'm trying not to sort of put too much pressure on myself and the situation. I'm just like, I knew I'd be here. I've got to perform and prove to myself that I'm capable of competing, which I know I am. And I think as maybe when I retire or, you know, later on in life, I think I'd look back a little bit more and appreciate it a little bit better. But at the moment, I'm trying not to build it up too big. It's like, for example, if I went and played for Spurs, you know, the moment you walk out, you don't want to be like, oh my God, this is my dream, because I reckon the adrenaline will hit you and you'll end up playing the worst game of your life. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just trying to keep it sort of level headed and like, well, yeah, some days I have to go back and graft and muck in with lads that, you know, just work a normal job and have their kids and stuff. So, yeah, I don't see it any other way. I'm just a normal geezer that's, you know, found out that I'm half decent, throwing a few punches, I think.
Yeah, Joe, mate, that's really good that you're grounded like that as well. And I think that is the best way to be. I mean, what's the on fight day? What's it like?
Yeah.
You know, I said to you when you get your uniforms all out, your gloves, your thing, you got your hat, you go and do all your presses and your weigh-ins and stuff. What's that like? Like, is that a bit of a pinch me moment when you first went and done that? Because it must have been like such a mad thing to be a part of.
Yeah, those moments are those little moments. I think I take in a little bit more than just being a part of the UFC. It's the little moments where, you know, you go and pick up your gloves, and it's like, oh, I have arrived. I'm here. Do you get what I mean? So, but again, it's just once you get there, you can only enjoy that for a minute or so. Otherwise, you just got to lock in and go, look, it's business as usual. It doesn't matter what logo's on that hat or, you know, whatever it is, you just got to lock in and get on with it. But when I look back, I look at pictures even on my phone and I'm like, that is a pinch me moment, because some people will never be able to experience that. And I'm grateful for that. And I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to brush it off as like it's nothing, because it is a big deal. But at the moment, I think I've just got to keep myself going, look, you enjoy it for a minute and then it's back to business, if that makes sense.
Yeah, man. What's the how much liaison do you have with UFC going into the fight and on the night? Like, is there certain people that you have to come across? Obviously, you know, your camp and yourself get actual correspondence with them. But how much is there of that, mate?
There's quite a bit. It depends who you are and where you're fighting. So when I was over in Australia, for example, it was a lot more focused on the Australians. So they would get a bit more, you know, press and stuff like that, and media, and so forth. But yeah, you know, you have a schedule. The week of the fight, you check into the fighter hotel. They give you a schedule, and there'll be photo shoots, press conferences. There'll be certain media outlets that have got access to the fighters that want to give you interviews, like Talk Sport, for example, or TNT Sport. And sometimes they'll just come and grab you out of like on a random one, or sometimes it's in the schedule. So it just depends on who you are, what kind of noise you're making. And but those are the type of things you want to do, especially someone like me. You know, you want to get in front of people and let them know who you are, and you know, that kind of stuff. You don't want to shy away from that. Yeah. Where a lot of fighters do. There are some fighters that will shy away from all that stuff, but you know, I relish it because it's only opportunity ain't gonna, you know, last forever. So I might as well make the most of it.
Yeah, do you go in as you like? Do you always sort of give you an account of yourself, like we're having a chat here? Do you feel like there's a character to put on when you're in with like mainstream media, or do you feel like it's just being direct and you know? Because obviously characters sell, right? You've seen that Paddy the Baddy and people like that all the time. Like, how do you
Yeah, I try and be myself as much as possible. I don't want to build a character that isn't based on my own personality. Like at the end of the day, I think I'm a nice geezer and I come across quite well and I can have a laugh and a joke. But there is a serious side to me as well. I can flip my lid quite easily, and you know, I can be a little bit direct and stuff. So it just depends on who's in front of me, what questions they ask me, and if they're trying to sort of get a reaction out of me. So most of the time I'm fairly normal having a chat like this, but there will be certain times where I might want to call some people out, or you know, start swearing and do a bit of this and bit of that. But that's not really a character per se. That's just my own personality, but just trying to amplify it a little bit when I'm, you know, with certain people, because at the end of the day you got to sell yourself. And yeah.
So how confident are you, mate?
I'm always confident, mate, no matter who it is. Yeah, I'm always confident. Always. Yeah, I'm always confident, if I'm honest. There's no doubt in my mind that I can't beat this guy. I've got all the confidence in the world. I can beat him anywhere, on the feet, boxing range, kickboxing range. If he wants to grapple, I'll grapple him. So, you know, I'm not worried about him so much. I just need to know that I need to turn up and perform. And if I do, I reckon I'll finish him. So yeah, I'm pretty confident.
Oh, mate. So do you know where you are in the card at the moment? Do you know when we'll be able to see you?
Yeah, so on the card, I think I'm one fight away from the main card. So I'm on the prelims, but I think I am the second to last fight on the prelims. But that could also change depending on, you know, the fight week. We'll get it and they'll go, look, you've moved to this, that person's pulled out, you moved to that. So at the moment, I think I should be on about 7:30. Should be on TNT Sport as well. So yeah, it should be able to catch it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is exactly what I want to do. Saturday night, prime time, Yids, wherever you are. I'm sure you're watching Louis, the Vanilla Gorilla. I mean, mate, we wish you all the very best. We'd love you to come back on after. Do you know what I mean? When
Wicked
we can all
boys.
celebrate.
Who's Spurs got that day, actually? Who's Spurs got
What's that?
Who's Spurs losing to that day to make him more angrier going into the octagon?
Oh, who have we got on the 21st?
No, we're at home to Forest the day after, the big one.
What, on the Sunday?
Yeah, the 22nd, we've got Forest at
home. So Louis, if you do what you are going to knock the cunt out, come out on Sunday and have a few beers and we will celebrate it.
100%. I'll definitely do that, yeah.
I'm sure the boys in the building will have them lined up for you at the bar.
100%. I'll be down there, and anyone with a Forest shirt on will have to stay well clear.
The last thing we'll ask you, Louis, before we let you go, mate, because we have a busy day tomorrow. What's the score going to be on Thursday? I know you said Palace is going to be tough. What do you reckon the score will be?
I'm hoping 2-1 Spurs, but you know, obviously we're all going to hope for that. But I could see us doing it. I could see us doing it 2-1. You know,
I'll take that, mate. Louis, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. As we said,
Wicked boys.
Make sure Saturday, 21st of March, O2 Arena, big evening. Our boy here, Vanilla Gorilla, takes on Brando Pericic, and he's going to knock him out. And we're going to have him on soon. And fucking all the best, mate. Very best.
Nice one, boys. Thanks for having me again. It's been a pleasure.
Wicked. Take care, mate. All the
Up
best,
the Spurs.
Mate. Up the Spurs. Bye-bye, mate. Bye-bye.
Nice one. See ya. Bye.
That's the legend that is, mate. Louis Sutherland, top man. Great to hear that and all the insight into that because UFC is the big dog.
So
it's
interesting.
the big dog. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, it's I'd like to. Do you know what? I'd love to bug him. I'd love to message him all the time. Obviously, I try and keep it thin, but I'm really like kind of starstruck in his world because it's a sport that I fucking love, and I don't really know too much about it unless what you see on the telly. So, and you know, you're never really close to anyone in there that can sort of give you the information of how things are. But I'm so tempted just to message him asking questions, but I don't want to wind him up just in case he ends up in my fucking front door. Do you know what I mean? Don't ask him too much. I don't want to ruin his camp, but I wish I could sit him down like on my own. Just like anything you're into, like whether it's football, you're interested in a footballer's life, and or an MMA fighter, wrestler, whatever you're into. I just find it so interesting, and I think he is grounded, but he's living a fucking dream by having the opportunity to be where he is, and he's only got there because of obviously how hard he's fucking worked to get there by starting from the bottom and coming in quite late into the sport as well to get where he is. Like you said, it's fucking surreal. So, yeah, looking forward to him fucking putting the cunt to sleep. So I can't wait to watch it.
I really do hope so. And I'll be watching that.
Are you going, Kev?
No, I'm out for my missus' birthday that night, which is a bit of a shame. I did try and see if we could do both and nip to the O2 and back, but I think it's going to be pretty difficult. So, but no, where we are,
though, isn't it? UFC tickets.
Where we are, I'll probably watch it on a screen somewhere. So I'll be supporting him from wherever I am anyway. He's on early enough, so
yeah. So hard to get UFC tickets, man. They fucking go like that, and they're not cheap either, man. Bloody hell, UFC tickets are
really expensive. I think I've done the London one a few years back, and it costs an arm. And not even that; it's the beer, it's the fucking getting home, it's the drink after. It's a fucking nightmare of a trip. But
yeah,
you know, for someone like Lou, his next one, if it is over here, I'd definitely like to go and watch him and support him for sure.
Yeah, we'll be watching definitely. But I mean, lads, to sort of like come to a close of the podcast, we've talked about what was a horrible result today, but we have got to look to the next game now, and we have to do that. And we have to almost look to the next few results. We've got 5 more games in March, starting with Palace. We've then obviously, as we found out on Friday, we've got Atletico Madrid, 2 games in the Champions League. Now, I mean, what that means to us at this point, probably not much, but it is what it is. It's a bit of a money earner, and I guess not that it helps us, but any bit of money we can get at the moment could help going forward. But we've got that, and in between those 2 games, in the last 16, we've got Liverpool away. And then, as I said to Louis, on the 22nd of March, the day after his fight, our last game in March is at home to Nottingham Forest, which, I mean, it seems like it's going to be fucking, a 6-pointer in every sense of the word. But this week, Kev, I'll start with you. Palace, 2-1, Louis said. Like, at the moment, do you have any faith in that we can do it?
On what I saw today, probably not. And definitely what I saw in the last home game we played. I mean, the problem is that the teams like Palace and Forest, they're in our boat, so that they are going to be fighting. I mean, there's no easy game when you're down there, and they're going to fancy their chances as much as us. And I think it does come down to desire, especially with the sort of injuries we got, and you're basically playing the players that you've got, and you're asking them to find something within themselves. I mean, I don't know if the supporters are going to do their job. It's a Thursday night. I don't really know how balanced it's going to be in there. I don't know how much how packed it's going to be in there. But Matt's hot on the atmosphere thing, and it does need to be like that.
Yeah, man.
But it's it can go south in there as well when things ain't going right, and that could be a worrying thing. If we were 1-0 down early, or we weren't playing well in the first 25 minutes and concede, I don't really know how it's going to be in there. But yeah, I mean, I've got to back us because we're at home and what's at stake. But it's really going to be difficult. So, if I had to put a prediction on it, I'll probably join Louis and say 2-1, I think.
Yeah. I mean, look, that's what we can hope for. I mean, as we say, we haven't got nothing from that game, Matt, until the Leverkusen game. Liverpool in between those 2 legs. What does the Leverkusen game now mean to you? I know you put that out on your TikTok, but do you want anything from it? Not Leverkusen, sorry.
I'm thinking, when we playing Leverkusen?
I'm thinking, what? Leverkusen?
I know. Apologies, Atletico Madrid. Like, does it matter? Do you want to get past that? And then obviously Liverpool in between that. What do you reckon?
Lee, I've done that video based on if Tottenham pre-Fulham and Crystal Palace. And I said, if Tottenham beat Fulham and Crystal Palace, my attitude will change towards the Champions League. We just got smacked by Fulham. I think we will beat Crystal Palace, by the way. And I'm going to go like probably 2-0 or 3-1. I think we'll beat Palace. Lacroix got sent off today, and he's their main centre-back. And he's going to be missing that game. So I do think Spurs have to make that count. And I do think we beat Palace. I think they're light on numbers now. But look, with regards to Leverkusen / Atletico Madrid, yeah,
Sorry.
Lee, I couldn't give two fucks. I couldn't give a shit about Champions League right now. Could not.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah.
Until Spurs,
Well, Matt.
until if Spurs beat, like say for instance, West Ham and Forest slip up midweek, and we beat Crystal Palace, that gives us a 7-point cushion. With 10 games left, I think is. I still don't think that's enough. We have to beat Nottingham Forest for me to, because we're not going to get nothing at Anfield. We have to beat Nottingham Forest, and then that day I'll have a care in what goes on in the Champions League. But right now, as things stand, I could not care less.
Yeah, do you know what, Lee? Me and Matt were getting a bit slated in the group chat for that negative thing towards the Champions League, and I don't see why we are getting slated for it. I mean, I can't rest with this Champions League. I can't get excited for it until I know the Premier League survival is there. I really can't get behind any other competition. I don't care for it. Listen, I know people like to go away, which is great. You know, I was tempted to go with Madrid. Maybe not to watch the football so much, but maybe just to go and have a beer in the sun if I could. But in terms of, you know, the importance of it, I mean, it is really on the back burner for me. And until, a bit like Europa, until we know we're safe, I can jump on board with it and I'll be fully committed to it and want more. But I mean, if it comes to the crunch of resting players in Champions League games for the league games, for me, it's a no-brainer for me. But I will get slated for that because it is the Champions League and it's the best competition in the world and you want to go as far as you can, anything can happen. But until that Premier League survival is secure, I mean, I'm that's where all my eggs are in that basket at the moment, and I just can't really get behind anything else other than that because of the worry, because of the. I mean, as the weeks go on, we've joked about it a month or two ago, but as the weeks go on, it's starting to become a really serious thing in my mind as well, and I'm sure Matt's. You know, the possibility of going down and the repercussions it's going to have in terms of us being a club, players we're going to lose. People may think I'm overthinking it at the moment, but you know, it's a scary thought to be down there with 9 games to go, or whatever it is, and be worried about this. And there's just no signs at the moment of us getting out of it, and that's the worrying thing. So yeah, until we are completely safe, the Champions League for me can really do one for now.
Yeah, it seems that way. I mean, I'd back us. You know, Atletico are not a great side. I mean, team that we beat last year that everyone thought were the whipping boys, said we got the easy route. Bodo Glimt have shown once again what they're all about. City, Atletico they beat. Now to get through, they beat Inter, who are 10 points top of Serie A. So there's a lot there. You know, so Atletico, I'd fancy our chances, but we can't really afford to, because once we get out,
you know what is this? It's the thin squad we got. It's like,
that's
you know,
it.
you have your extra 2 games against these lot, and you get injuries in that. Then what do we do when it comes to fighting in the Premier League? And that's the thing that worries me. I know we can't help being what we're in, but that worries me as well. You know, if you can come out unscathed, great. But you know, there are going to be some tired legs out there. You're basically playing 13 players at the moment, so you've got 14 players, and it's not much to juggle with. So who knows? Some might be back a bit later on in the season, hopefully to help us out. But at the moment, yeah, it's a scary thought of losing players to injury in them games and struggling more in the league.
Well, it is that as well. Like if we got through that, we play into April, and our April 3 league games, we've got Sunderland away, Brighton at home, and Wolves away, which again is going to be a fucking huge game. I mean, Brighton sort of have allowed they've got 2 wins in the last 2, so they're probably all right. They were a bit on the slide for a while, but they seem like they probably have enough. But again, if we fit 2 more games in that, and that game, I think in the quarters would get either Newcastle or Barcelona, I think it is.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck me, you don't want to have to be playing at Barcelona and knowing, oh, but we've got to go to Wolves.
I mean, when you look at the league, I think really, I mean, the way I'm looking at it now, us and Leeds that are above us, I think that's your crop. I think everyone else above that are fairly safe, but they'll pick up points. But Leeds downwards, I think, is where the fight's going to be.
Yeah, and I guess Matty, do you think if we were
Crystal Palace fan on TikTok who said you may be Dr. Tottenham, but you are Nurse Palace. So yeah, big up, Tom. Then Nurse Palace.
I was going to say, if we beat Palace on Thursday, our home game, Forest on the 22nd, our home game, Brighton in April, our home game, and then Leeds and Everton, our 2 home games in May.
You've seen our home form, Lee.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Do you think that we can? Do you think that would be enough if we got points in all those games? Maybe not all wins, but if we got 10 out of those 15.
Do you know what? I'm looking at game by game. West Ham have got some tough fixtures. Yeah, they've got some tough fixtures coming up. Like when we play Liverpool, when we play Liverpool away, West Ham have got Man City at home. So you have to take it game by game. And I kind of look at it, if West Ham slip up this week and we beat Crystal Palace, we're 7 points clear of them. That meaning like what? It's 10 games left, but they would need us to lose potentially another 3, but then win another 3. I feel like 2 more wins saves us, and that's my honest opinion. Yeah, 2 more wins saves us because the games that, like I said, they got Fulham away. They may get a point, they may get 3 points, they may lose, but we have to beat Palace. Yeah, the day we go Anfield, they've got Man City, so potentially none of us are getting points that day.
Yeah.
So if we can get 7 points clear of West Ham, like I say, it's a 3-game turnaround. We can't. They're relying on us not to pick up any more points after that, which I think will kind of make us safe. But we need 2 wins. I feel
only 2 out the lot. Do you think?
I think for now 2 wins, but then you have to assess it on a game by game basis. You know, like coming in, we could be 7 points clear of them, but then we go and lose the weekend and they lose, but we're still 7 points clear with 8 games left, for example. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, this Palace game is absolutely fucking.
It's massive. Like I said to you,
all fucking season.
Kev, this is what I'm saying to you. This Thursday game, we like people find it embarrassing and stuff like that when I say this. We have to make that place rocking like it's a North London derby. Yeah, because do you know how important it is to get 3 points this Thursday? I can't. If we don't get 3 points, I fear where we're going. But if we get 3 points, it gives us a bit of a cushion.
What about point? Would you like?
No, we have 3. We need to get 3 points.
Yeah, I think Lee, when you're playing anyone down there with you at this point, I think especially at home. I mean, our home form ain't great, but it has to be wins. The Palace and Forest. I mean, it's so like when I come out this bubble and I hear myself say it. I mean, it's really bad and embarrassing to be saying what I'm saying. There's no disrespect to the clubs who I'm mentioning, but for us to be down there at this point, it's really alarming. But you are where you are, but you have to fight. And this team, what Matt's saying as well, Lee, they're not used to fighting in this situation. In terms of when the chip's down, it's all about fight and desire. And like I said, I've seen relegated clubs this year fucking show more fight than us, and it's not good enough. So they have got to somehow find it within themselves to have a bit of desire and think, what if we don't perform here? What could happen? You know, if someone want to get out of the club, it's a nice way to get out of the club because you'll be sold. You know, your big players will be sold. And, you know, Championship is not an easy fucking league to get out of as well. And if you go in there, you may not come out for a couple of years, and financially that's going to drain you. And what we have, you know, I don't know if we'll be all right, but season ticket prices have to be slashed if the worst happened. Wages will have to go down. Players will be sold. Bargain players have to be bought in. We've seen it with other clubs, you know, when this sort of thing happens, and we won't be any different, I don't think, in that sense. So the what's at stake is fucking huge, and like I said, our fan base and what we've put into that club over the years, you know, really don't deserve it. And the owners, whatever they decide to do in the summer, whatever the circumstances is, it hasn't been good enough this year. And whether you sell or you completely change the way you run the club, something has to give. But yeah, to be in this position, you know, they have to look at themselves and wonder why we're here. And yes, unfortunately, it's all down to them as well.
Yeah, and this is it, lads. I mean, it's all down to Thursday now. Are you going to go, Kev? Are you going to be there on Thursday?
At the
Not
moment,
Matt.
I'm going. I'm a bit like Matt. I don't want to go. I was really pissed off after the Arsenal game. But cut my fucking skin now. Blue and white comes out, so I feel like I have to be there for them.
Big one.
Give it 15 minutes. I could be kicking the fucking shit out of seats and storming out of there. I don't know, but I feel like I have to be there to support them. So yeah, I'll most probably be down there.
Right, mate. Well, Matt, you're going to go, aren't you?
Yeah, like I say, mate, I've got football training. My ticket is on exchange, but I feel like taking off, mate, and I feel like I should go. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that we need the fans in that stadium. There's no point having 20,000 empty seats in a whole top tier empty for that game, or just as a thing against the club. Do you know what I mean? The most important thing for us now is to be in the Premier League next season, and I feel like we need bums on seats in that stadium and make that place rocking. We have to win. Like, there's no doubt about it. We have to win. And I feel like they need the crowd.
Yeah, big time. Lads, if you can get there, please do, because you are the diehards, and that's what we need. But
also, quickly before you close up, I think just winning a game might just lay a foundation for something going forward as well, in terms of Forest and obviously Liverpool games are going to be tough. But then the games you mentioned, your Leeds, your Brightons, it might just give us a bit of a platform to kick on. But at the moment, we can't find that win. So Palace getting that win obviously is great for the points, but also just that morale boost that they might need just to go, well, actually, when we play well at home, we can fucking beat a team. So hopefully that can kick us on. But yeah, it's a big ask, but yeah, we should do it.
But if we don't, God forbid.
Oh, mate, fucking don't.
Is it Tudor out and Harry in? Did we get the blow up before Cheltenham?
Fucking Tudor in, the fucking players out. I don't know. I mean, I can't foresee losing against Palace, and if we did, I think everything crumbles. I think everything goes to shit, and it wouldn't surprise me if we lost against Palace and they got rid of Tudor that quick. It wouldn't surprise me if Harry Redknapp and David Owls, or whoever the fuck it is, David Kerslake, all the backroom staff, Colin Calderwood, fucking Andy Sinton, they're all in there.
Us three.
Yeah, us three fucking backroom staff. I'll tell you what, I'd love to train them cunts as well. I'd sort them right out. But yeah, I just can't foresee us losing that, because if it does, I think the world's going to collapse on us if we don't win that game.
We can't give people nightmares on a Sunday night, so we're going to forget it. But listen, sleep well. No problems. Listen, it's a big game Thursday. There's no doubt about it. Wherever you're watching it, if you're at the stadium, make noise. I can't explain. Like, obviously, I wasn't at the ground for the game, but just being around everyone in the pub, you could sense it was an atmosphere. We want them to do well. They need to do well. We can be that 12th man, as they always say. I think it needs it more than ever on Thursday night. So listen, wherever you're watching, if you're there or wherever you're watching, just give that positivity and let it get through. And if we get that win, like Kev says, it might just be that conduit that kicks us through. But we'll be back next week to look over it, to hopefully be a bit in a happier place and look forward to a European tie in Madrid, whether we want to go through or not. It's going to happen, and it's the Champions League. Once that music hits, the game starts. We all want something out of it. But big love as well to Louis, Vanilla Gorilla. Don't forget, 21st of March, O2 Arena, UFC London. It's going to be on TNT Sports. Support our man, and hopefully we'll be able to buy him a drink the day after when we beat Forest. But until next week, this has been the Heart Now Here Spurs Fans podcast. We will see you next week when we're 3 points to the good. See you soon. Keep the faith. And come on, you Spurs.